Hey guys, Trevor Holt here. It's must be the 21st, 21st of February, 2025. Here Friday, lunchtime about. I'm just out in the paddock, private property, having a look around, finding fire ants and treating them. And we just found one here, pretty inconspicuous nest. I just thought I'd just show you a look. So here we are. Typically found these fire ants along a fence line. That's typically where they are. So as you can see, it's that behaviour that we're looking for, that identifies them as fire ants. So yeah, they're all over my hand. The best way to manage fire ants is to actually treat fire ants. So we're gonna treat this fire ant's nest here with the hot water, and continue looking around the place. So every nest that's not treated in the suppression zone, on average, has 3 to 24, or has 3 to 24 mating flights a year, where the queens and when the sexuals fly and mate. The males will generally die within 24 hours, and the females around. So on average, that's 13. On average, it's about 13 flights a year they make. So it's not just one flight. So every nest that's not treated, every month on average is more than one maiden flight, putting more queens, hundreds of queens, into the environment. So by not treating the nests, every month that they remain untreated is creating massive problems. So that's one of the reasons why it's important to spend the time and treat the nests. Every nest that's not treated every month can create multiple problems in the future. So generally what's happening is, in these large infested zones, is the winter queens, or the queens that fly during off season. So their season is generally late spring, early summer, but there's a lot of queens that take flight that haven't got the body fat to sustain their own colony. So what that means is, because generally when they take flight, they'll mate, they get a lifetime full of supply of semen from the male. The male goes and dies. The queen will land generally within 400 metres of where it's nested, and it will probably, from when it's landing, it's going to find its spot and generally dig a chamber within a few metres of where it lands. And so generally they'll dig a chamber between 2 and 10 centimetres deep, and they seal it off, so it's a sealed chamber. As they build it, they'll cap it up, and it becomes sealed. So the queen has to live off its own body fat for its first production of worker beads, and they call them minions because they're actually quite small. So, and that could take over a month, or up to a month, to get that first few workers to help them before they'll pop back out and go scavenging. And generally, before they go scavenging, the first thing they do is look around the area for other fire ants' nests, and the minions will go and steal other brood and bring back to the queen to give her some more success. So during the peak seasons, late spring, early summer, and that's when they're ideal conditions for them, and they have the body fat that's able to sustain themselves while they're underground. A lot of the other times of years, especially in the colder months, they haven't got the preparation and the body condition it requires to successfully start their own colony. So there's a lot of these queens around, and what happens is you can treat this nest, kill the queen, kill the eggs, and in these heavily infested zones, 90% of the ants might be out here, and they'll come in and rebuild it, try to rebuild the nest, but without the queen and the eggs and the brood, the colony's got no purpose, so they'll just all die, normally pretty quickly, within a couple of weeks. But what can happen is there could be queens out here that haven't got the body fat or the ability to sustain their own, establish their own colony, so they could wander in there during that stage, and the workers will adopt her. and the colony can continue that way. So it's important to treat actual fire nests all the time to stop the infestation. So by not treating the nests, every month they remain untreated is creating greater problems in the control of these things. So, but anyway, guys, I'll get onto it and treat this nest and look around and see which other ones we can find. So I'll keep you up to date. See you, mate.